Oh, hey, is this thing on? I think. Okay. Welcome back to Teresa Hardister, the author channel. That's me, Teresa Hardister. I'm author of Uniquely Nobody, Author's Edition, The Random Society, Even More Thoughts, and The Tree. My newest release being The Random Society, Even More Thoughts. You can pick those up over at Amazon. Check me out. Have a read. Some of the things that I'll be reading here to you as thoughts for the day or whatever are going to come from my first book, The Random Society, and I'll explain to you why I'm just giving those away later. I just want you to enjoy my company right now. So, is there anything else I need to tell you before we get down to business? I don't know. I'm in one of those really random, really silly moods today, and that's the side that I do. If you know me, I have that side. I have that tendency. If you think that I'm all serious writing, then you're totally wrong. So I want to write to you. I'm going to read to you today about something I wrote about insomnia. Had a little problem with that, and I have a little problem with my hair apparently in my face. So, okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. Okay. I'm going to give you a little something about where my mind goes. So after I read to you this excerpt, I will talk a little bit about it, and we'll chit chat. Ask me some questions too, by the way. Hey, comment, ask me some questions. I love to talk about stuff. So random is better. You know, the more random, the better. I love random, and I am pointing my glasses at you, so that's like a direct order. So ask me some questions, people. I don't bite. So this piece that I'm reading you today is called Thoughts, Insomnia-Induced Thoughts, brought to you by School Glue and Pancakes. I found that within the last year, I've developed a problem with insomnia. No, I don't have anything against it personally, but I do suffer from bouts of it pretty often. Being the type of person that is constantly thinking, I have now formed a routine when I go through these periods of not sleeping. It stinks. I try reading, but that makes it worse, because then everything I read, I catch myself going back over and over just what I read, and sometimes I feel like I just need to go back over it so I can catch a spelling error on the part of a major publisher. Like that's going to happen, but it has. If that isn't bad enough, I tend to read the oddest, most unusual books I can get my hands on at 2:30 a.m. I'm either trying to decide if some quack doctor who published a book is reasonable in his thoughts that we can cure anything with water, and if I take a cold shower or sit in an Arctic bath, all my cares and worries will dissipate. For the record, I personally think that sitting in a tub full of ice cubes at 3 a.m. did nothing for me except make me wonder how I let my life reach this point. Another favorite nighttime read is Home Remedies. Folklore and successful chicken-raising books I acquired from an unknown source. Don't even ask. This should not be introduced to my brain in the wee hours of the morning, because my thought pattern makes me think if I now need to eat ground oyster shells to lay eggs, and the common cure of a chicken's cold is an onion poultice. I don't know. So needless to say here, I shouldn't attempt to read late at night and make myself fall asleep. Can you imagine the dreams I'm having? Now I bring you my current activity that I indulge in as the insomnia monster and I wrestle around. I make lists. That's right. I'm a list maker. I've always been that type of person who makes a list for everything. Groceries, to-do stuff, various other helpful reminders, type of deals. But let night fall and my eyes are open, lying in bed, I find that I construct the strangest list of things that ever to be pondered. I think since at present I'm suffering from the sleeplessness that I'll share some of my bizarre list. After reading these, you'll either think I'm very off my rocker, or you will nod in agreement because I make some valid points. I like to think I make valid points. Questions I ask myself. Number 1. Do people still use toasters? I mean, honest to God, 2 slotted machines that deliver pretty brown goodness on both sides of bread? Or do they opt for a multi-purpose kitchen appliances to save on shelving and functionality? Good Lord. Think about that. Do they? Do they really use toasters? I haven't seen a toaster in years except like a garage sale. I don't know. Now I want one. Okay. Question 2. How does icy hot really work? It boggles my mind. It goes on cold, and I mean really cold, and then it packs a really smelly, very heated punch. Whoever created this clever substance? Who created this clever substance that I wear so frequently? Ponder that for a second. You got it? Okay. We'll move on. Why, when people are comparing two different things, do they use the reference, that's like comparing apples to oranges? I gotta disagree. They both are from the fruit family. They have skins, and they're roundish in shape and can be found in the same department in the grocery store. How about this? That's like comparing apples to tractor tires. I find that to be a much better contrast. Do you? Why do people say the word syrup two different ways? They either call it syrup or syrup. I myself lean to syrup in that pronunciation because it sounds sweeter when you ask someone to grab it from the fridge or to pass it to you from across the table. In my opinion, hearing syrup just sounds hateful, and who wants to sound mad and hateful over breakfast? Syrup seems to flow right over the butter and down the batter to form a prettier breakfast environment. Don't you think so? I do too. Number 5. Why would I ever buy a product to apply to my body that is labeled bag balm? I don't have any to show you, but you can Google it. To soften and soothe my skin. Lie to me. Tell me it's goddess milk, and I'm all good. I really can't with a straight face go to a cash register and seem to be excited because I have rough skin and I'm about to go home and slather up with bag balm and feel the least bit attractive afterwards. I would feel more violated than anything else. Bag balm, really? Ugh. Now let's venture into the strange assortment list that I make of things that I want to do and think I need to do at some point in my life, or I have done. Apply school glue to my hands and watch it dry. Then carefully peel it off and pretend my hand is emerging from new skin. Check this off. I did it, and I will do it again. That's the part that will probably think, you will think I'm off my rocker. This one I've mentioned before. Getting dreadlocks. I want this to happen somewhere in my life. Not Bo Derek braids with beads, but true dreads that will look either wickedly cool on me or give me the appearance of the Muppet Show Muppet that never really caught on and worked behind the scenes. You know where I'm going with that? Dreadlocks. I think it's cool. I make a list of new words that are highly unheard of but do exist, and I use them and try to use them in my everyday life. Oh, look. A list within a list. How clever. Ha. Finally, capture lightning bugs on film. This one really bugs me. Okay, bugs me. No, that was really lame. I have taken so many pictures just knowing that this time, at long last, I have captured the gorgeous light of these whimsical creatures on film, and instead of uploading only to find that I've taken 75 pictures of pure blackness. I will get you, little bugs. You wait and see. Can it be done? Seriously. I want to build a house out of recycled and natural materials. Example, hay bales, tires, and walls made of wine bottles. I attribute this to the notion of the books mentioned earlier. We won't name names. I want to start wearing socks on my hands when I go to bed. Hear me out on this, seriously. I looked down the other day, and although my birthday was just a few months ago, I noticed that in a short time period I have developed hands that look 40. This cannot happen. So I guess I'll coat them liberally with bag balm and slap my fuzzy socks on there. And come morning, I should have more youthful skin. Or perhaps, well, I've grown udders. Smooth, velvety udders, mind you. There you go, folks. Some of the bizarre places my mind goes when I'm staring at the ceiling in the dark. Oh, yes, I forgot to add. I need a pair of night vision goggles. I could go on for another hour, but I suddenly have a craving for an apple. So I better have one before I attempt to fly icy hot to my bum shoulder with my udder gloves. I mean, fuzzy socks on my hands. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever. That's where my mind goes. Seriously. Yeah. You probably need a little time to think about that. But, if nothing else, if you do nothing else, if you want to keep up with me, subscribe. It's a little button. It's just like right down there. And it's really easy to do. It would make me so happy to have some subscribers because right now I'm maxing out like 30. So boost my ego, subscribe. It's not hard. It's not painless. I would promise you candy, but I don't want to come off like that creeper guy in a van with giving away candy. Also, here's something random. Guess my smell today. Can you guess it? Take a good whiff here. Smell it. Smell that? What is that? If you can guess properly what I smell like, comment. See if you can even guess what I might be wearing today. as perfume. If you guess, I'll give you something. Can't promise what I'll give you, but I'll give you something. So, Teresa Hardister, author of Uniquely Nobody, The Random Society, and YouTube channel newbie. So, come on out, subscribe, get to know me, and let's have some fun. I'll talk to you later. Bye.